taking a look at your vision and what's the most efficient path to accomplishing that vision, the least amount of steps. And the reason why I go like this in my head, because I literally visualize it as like, all right, this is where I'm at right now. My vision is out in front of me. How do I make sure I line up with that vision first and foremost, so I don't take like a meandering route to it? How do I line up with my vision? And then how do I take the straight line to that vision? That's what I've been thinking about this week a lot. Instead of being like, okay, I see the vision in my sights, almost like a North Star, but maybe I might weave around a lot and do a lot of wasted steps. So on this idea of the fastest path to your vision, the least amount of steps, I'd like to share something that a friend of mine, Stephanie Frank, shout out, she shared with me. And one of the things that's allowed her to create successful multi-million-dollar companies throughout her career is this simple tool, this simple framework. And she shared with me, the clients that she works with, that out of all the things they do, this one thing allows them to double their revenue, triple their revenue, even quadruple their revenue. So it's been very powerful for the people I've been sharing with, and I want to share with you as well. So thinking of your vision, this is Stephanie Frank's framework, which is, all right, first getting clear on the mission. What's your mission? Number one. So for example, True Freedom, we have free 1 billion people by 2050. That guides all the decisions all the time. It used to not. It used to be a nice thing that was kind of, it was always part of the mission, but I wasn't evaluating decisions by that. And then I had a mentor, my mentor, Nicholas, one of my mentors, Nicholas David Nin, he said you can evaluate your decisions based on the ROI, your return on investment that you'll get from them, or you can evaluate them on the return on impact. And that to me started shifting things like this. So I started thinking, okay, the mission, free 1 billion people by 2050, what's going to get us to that goal easier, faster, more smoothly? And that's been the defining factor of all decisions here. So that's the key thing. So number one, mission. Number two, vision. So from that mission, then what's the vision of how that comes to be? So True Freedom is an operating system that creates profitable, purpose-driven businesses by helping their team work in flow state. All right, that's the vision. And then the next piece is core values. So how are you going to do that? So now that you know the mission that lights you up and that's pulling you forward, you can see what that scenario looks like. Now, what are the core values of how you do that? So here at True Freedom, we have purpose-driven. Surprise, surprise. So it's just like, if we're not working towards a goal that's purpose-driven, we're off base. Simplicity. If things are getting too complex, we're off base. What's the simple, natural path? Are we following the simple, natural path? Third one is laughter. Are we laughing? Like, is there laughs? Because if there's no laughs, there's no fun. And if there's no fun, we're getting too serious. And again, we're out of the flow. Giving. Are we leading with generosity? That's a core value. Listening. Because one-sided convos are lame, conversations. So are we seeking to understand? And then team. Are we playing to win as a team, like a football team, where there's different players with different sizes, shapes, abilities, yet everybody on the team has one goal, which is get across the finish line as much as possible and win the game. So that is the core values. So mission, vision, core values. And then we look at the goals. And that's what Stephanie shared. Because then we look at the goals to make sure that they are completely in alignment with the mission, vision, core values in that order. And again, this is what she said, out of all the fancy things that could be done and people think they need to do, she says they get this dialed in, boom, the businesses grow. They grow quickly. Because that means the team is aligned with this, or they're not. And if they're not, then they can find the team that does have the core values that they resonate with. And that way, every decision is always being evaluated. Is this getting us closer to our mission vision? And is it operating in our core values? So, yeah, let me know how that resonates with you of that stack in that order. Do you have your mission, vision, core values lined up like that? And if not, this is an opportunity to have that clarity and have it posted right where you can see it all the time. So we're actually working with the team, True Freedom team, to build a software feature that's going to be launched fairly soon, where team leaderboards will have this for their team. So we can always be clarified, always see, all right, what's the mission, vision, core values? And then once we launch that, we're going to launch it for the personal use, so that personal people who aren't on a team plan, then they can have their own pop-up. So those are coming in the pipeline. And so taking a look at yours, then the last thing that's really been top of mind for me within this context is, okay, passion, purpose, prosperity lining up. Because to be in flow state, you got to do what you love. To be in flow state, you got to be connected to your true purpose. To be in flow state, the money's got to be flowing. So all of these things, and how can these happen at the beginning and every step of the way? Passion, purpose, prosperity. Because some of the traps that we run into, just as purpose-driven entrepreneurs, is that we'll wait too long to incorporate our passion, or we'll wait too long to incorporate our purpose, or we'll wait too long to make the money that needs to be made. And so this is all about having that weave together now, in the future, and always, so that it's the default of passion, purpose, and prosperity always flows, because it's flow state. So as you're taking a look at this, I invite you to just reflect of A, are you clarified with your mission, vision, values, and your goals? This is an opportunity to dial that in. And number two, right now, if passion, purpose, and prosperity were 3 buckets, are they filled or are they not? Is there a bucket that's leaking? Is there a bucket that's low? Because then that indicates where we can fill that up right now, tweak the strategy, tweak the work, tweak the schedule, whatever it is, tweak the workflow to have all 3 of those buckets filled. Okay. And so bringing this together, this is the fastest path to your vision. As shared with me, by Stephanie Frank, and then I added the passion, purpose, prosperity. So today what we're going to do with the subconscious clearing is clear any resistance around following the fastest path to your vision, our vision, because I get the clearing too. So we're going to clear any fears, any anxiety around it, any resistance. Maybe there's resistance of, oh, well, then it would be too easy, and that's bad. I can resonate different times in my life where I've had to clear like the belief of like it's got to be hard, and if it's not hard, if you're not working hard, then it's bad. That something's wrong. It's like no. If it's forceful and too hard, then it could be simplified. That's how I feel. So that's what we're going to do is any anxiety, stress, resistance, fear around following the fastest path to your vision. Okay. Self-worth, actually accomplishing this mission and vision, feeling like, oh, who am I? All those different things can come up in our mind and our subconscious. So that's what we're going to do the subconscious clearing on today.